could mention it.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone. We are back today again. It's Wednesday, and that is the day that we go live and talk about yesterday's tutorial. And we have a really cool tutorial coming up today. And
Very cool.
we're going to go over it. I'm Stav. I'm the social media manager here at Lightrix. And this is Joseph.
Hello, everybody. I'm the visual artist of Lightrix.
And let's jump right in. We're going to talk about the tutorial, and we're also going to show you the cool new update from last week, which has a bunch of new features, new presets, fonts,
Elements, presets, filters.
Elements. That's the cool new thing. So let's get started.
Cool. Okay. So as you can see, this is what we're gonna be doing today. It's a very cool effect. It's one of my favorites, actually. And by the way, this is what we did last week, showing some new cool features that we have. And we also did this the week before that, and you can just go and check them out in our Facebook page and see step by step, so you didn't miss anything. Okay, first I'm going to talk about the pictures that we're going to be choosing for this kind of tutorial. So in this case, it's very, very important that you use photographs that have like a really light or even white background and a high resolution picture, because we're gonna go into a lot of details here, and the more resolution you got, the better it will be. And as you can see, we have a very, very nice picture here. You can see it's very very crispy. We have a lot of details here, and the edges are very clear, so that's gonna make the whole work be much easier for us. And for a second picture, we're gonna need a bouquet or flowers, and you could also kind of use any kind of flower picture that you have, but I recommend you also to use in here a photograph of flowers with a very, very light background, very wide, so that's gonna make it easier for you to remove this whole all these little details from the background, that we can so that we can use it on the picture. Okay, so let's begin, and we're gonna go to menu, and we're gonna go to image and adjust. Okay, so by the way, if you want to isolate the picture that you have, the portrait or the flowers, and you want to create the background, as we said in previous tutorials, you can just go to tools, basic, and offset, and then swipe to the right, and then you start masking in the mask tool, and then you tap clear, and then you can just start painting with the white, right?
And that's also how you can, if we ask you to start on a white background, that's also the way to do it. You just go to Tools tab within Adjust, you go to Basic, and then Offset, and then raise all the way to the white to get to the right, to the right, and it's white,
to get
an all white background. And if you want an all black background, you just swipe to the left. So that is a question we get sometimes. If you guys have more questions, write them below, share with us anything that you want to know, and share with your friends this post, of course, and like us so that we know you like us.
It's very important for you to share, because there are many people out there that would like to know techniques and how to create cool stuff, so help them out and share this video. Okay, where were we? Okay, we did the effect, and now we're gonna go to mask, and we're gonna start applying the effect of the white. Remember, we went to tools, basic, and offset, and we swipe to the right. Okay, now we cannot see the effect because I tapped the clear, but if I tap the fill, you'll see that it will fill the effect, the whole picture. So let's go and tap clear, and first of all, we're gonna set our brush. So we're gonna go to set brush, and we're gonna we're gonna actually lower the feather to 0 so that we can have a very sharp edge, and we also want to get rid of the edge, so let's lower that to the left, down to 0. And then let's go back to the mask, and we're going to start applying the effect, okay? It's kind of erasing the picture. And what's actually you're going to be looking for here is you want to actually create a shape. You can do basically anything that you can think of. I mean, get creative, but if you want to make like a cool effect of like kind of a sensation that the face is kind of a vessel or like a mask, then you like to maybe kind of see the levels of the face. Like for example, the nose. You're gonna like try to have that shape of the nose. Like for example, here I'm gonna show you. Like you're gonna maybe keep the shape of the nose so that you can kind of create more like a not like a straight wide, but just like a
dimension kind of, as if it's
dimension.
Like,
yeah, that's a good word. So like kind of to give it a more look that it's kind of real. It's really happening. It's really cut it. So let's also use for example here the area of the ear, and then let's make it curve, and we can add a little bit if we messed up a little bit here. Okay, and here you're gonna get rid of the hair. Very nice and smooth. And we're gonna keep shaping the effect. If you don't breathe, actually it helps. It helps you to be more accurate. That's the technique.
In the meantime, we have some comments from Joseph Johnson. He's saying that he loves the app. Thank you, Joseph. We love you too.
Thank you, Joseph. You have a great name, by the way.
And what else do we have here? Someone's asking us, Nick Saveleski asked us how we show these white circles when Joseph touches the app. So we have a special version just for doing demos. There's no feature that we built in for that. Sterling Williams is asking how you can set an alert before we go live. So there actually is a way to turn on notifications through Facebook. You go to our page. I think you tap the 3 dots on the bottom. We showed this one, so we can show you at the end when Joseph isn't in the middle of a tutorial. And you can set your notifications for us for live sessions. So that's how to do that. What else? Ken is asking us how he makes a vignette. A vignette can be done 2 ways. You can either go to analog and then tap the tools tab, and then there's a vignette tool, and actually you go into vignette, and there you can increase intensity, you can increase the spread, or if you want to just really simply, you can go into filters duo, and then the first preset there is going to be vignette. So there's 2 ways to do that, either in filters analog or filters duo. So you can check that out. If you still have questions, let us know. We can give you a demo. And what else do we have? How do we work on a picture while we listen? Any advice?
While we listen?
Like he's listening to us, but he wants to work on a picture. I guess you need a computer to watch us on Facebook and then a phone. But actually, you can just watch us on YouTube. Tomorrow, I'll upload all of the live sessions the day later. So you can watch on YouTube, or you can also just watch on Facebook. It's usually available a few minutes afterwards. So you don't have to watch it live and then it's gone. It's still there on the internet. So
it's a good question, actually.
That's why. And what else? Hello from Mexico and from Brazil. Thank you, Davey and Jesus. And someone's saying we're very kind. Mauricio, thank you.
Thank you, Mauricio. Okay, back to our tutorial.
Wait, one more question. We got quite a few questions now.
Wow.
Someone's saying you need a shave.
I need a shave. You are very right. Actually, I need a shave.
What else? Rodrigo is asking if we created the app ourselves, and he's saying he recommended it many times. Thank you for recommending it. We appreciate that. We actually didn't create the app ourselves, but we are part of the team. The team. So we actually create the tutorials ourselves, if that means anything to you. But the app itself and the technology behind it, there are a few computer science geniuses behind that. So that's that.
maybe they could check our website, Lightrix website.
Yeah, you could check out our website, lightrix.com, and that will tell you a little bit more about the company, or you can Google Lightrix and see what you find there. I'm not sure what you'll find, so good luck. I hope it's good things. And Mauricio wants to know where you're from.
Okay, so I am from Venezuela originally, and yes, where are you from?
Okay, Angie is telling us to continue and stop chattering away, so let's
All right,
so
cool.
let's do that.
Okay, now I'm done making the effect, and now I'm gonna tap the check mark. And now what we're gonna do, we're gonna add our flowers over the head. So let's go to Tools, Mixer, and tap the flowers. And we're gonna start wiping, erasing all the areas that we don't need, and all the whites. And if you zoom in, you'll be able to get more into detail. And you see it's actually very easy to wipe all these things that we don't want, because we choose a picture with a white background from the beginning. If you use a picture from a garden or something, it might be a little bit more tricky. You might need more time, but it's not impossible. You still can do it. Okay, I'm not gonna go very much into detail, so I can show you, and it doesn't take too much time. But let's say this is the composition we like. Let's make like a big bouquet over his head. And so we're gonna start erasing areas and leaving some areas also outside, so we can create this effect that the flowers are coming out from inside the head. So for example, here we have the nose. It's over the nose, and it doesn't look very good, so we're gonna erase it, the flowers, and we're gonna leave the nose outside, and we're gonna go zoom in and then start adding exactly in the shape that we wanna create the effect that it's behind or inside.
Anna is telling us that she loves our app, but her problem is the quality after she saves it. So Anna, I don't know if you know, you can go to settings and you can adjust the export quality. If you tap on that icon in the top left corner, you can't see it right now because Joseph's in the middle of a tool. But if you go back to the main screen when you're not in a tool, and you tap the inlight icon in the top left corner, and you go to settings, you'll see export quality and export size. So you can change it to TIFF. There's also PNG, so if you're in JPEG, maybe that's why that's happening to you. So you can check those out and see if it helps.
And also check the picture from the beginning that you're working on, that it's a high resolution, because you might be working also with pictures that doesn't have enough resolution, and then when you save it in a big resolution, you will expect to be big, but it's actually going to keep just the same size, the original size. So all right, so by the way, you can actually add this same picture more than once, so that you can add more details. If you have like big holes of white and you want to add more stuff, maybe your flowers do not have enough details or enough volume, so you can add it more than once, and you can create the whole composition. You can get really actually a very crazy composition if you have the patience to do it. For now, I think it looks good. I like it, and I'm gonna tap the check mark. And now this is an optional step. You don't really have to do this, but I think it kind of gives a more crazy look to the whole thing. So I'm gonna go and change the color of the flowers to make them look even more crazy. So I'm gonna go to Image again, Adjust, and Tools. And we're gonna go to color and hue, and I'm gonna start playing with it until I find some cool combination. So what I did the last time was like something like this. I'm gonna swipe it just a little bit, maybe like this. It will look fine. And then we're gonna go and mask, clear, and we're gonna start adding the effect only in the flowers, so we can keep the original colors of the face, of course, unless you want to have like a look of an alien or something. That's also fine.
What else do we have here? Someone's asking Davey, why don't we have edible layers in Enlight? So that's something we're definitely considering, something we're working on. And the reason we don't have it is just because we don't have it yet. But it's like probably the feature that's most requested. And we know that Mixer is a really big, important tool within Light, and we're working on how to make it even more awesome. So stay tuned, is all I have to say.
Very well answered, I must say.
Thank you. And your friend Mauricio, you asked him where he's from. Do you want to guess?
Yeah, no, wait.
His name is Mauricio Portillo Skis.
He's from Brazil? Close?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? What does that mean?
He's from El Salvador. Is that close to Brazil?
Well.
No.
Well, relatively
close.
But it is actually, he's a Spanish
But half
speaker.
of his family is Mexican, and they all live in Ohio. So.
Ohio. All right.
I've never been to Ohio. Who else? RJ is asking if we're going to add more tutorials on the app. So for those of you who don't know, we actually have in-app tutorials in the app. How do you get there? You go to settings. Same way I talked about before, you tap on the top left-hand corner, you tap the Enlight icon, and then you can go to tutorials, and there's actually in-app tutorials there in the app.
Maybe I'm going to show them.
Maybe you'll show.
Yeah, I'll show.
Want to show now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, finish. So I'm going to tap the check mark. And if you want to check out the tutorials, you just have to tap on the icon right here at the top. And here, tutorials. And you have all these cool tutorials.
So if there are tutorials that you want to see that aren't there, you can write in the comments which ones you want to see in the app, and that'll help us decide which will be the next one. If there's a particular one that you want, that you saw on Facebook, or the kind of tutorial you want us to do, you can let us know. We're always listening.
Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some analog filter. And no, this is not the end, but I want to do this so I can use the fade effect, and then I can also add over it elements or any other white thing like a frame or anything, and it will create like a cool contrast of like you'll see it. So let's go to filters and analog, and by the way, you can check that we have here our 4 new presets. We have the Admiral, Province, Steel, and Grayish. They're pretty nice. I think I might use the Steel, and I'm gonna alter it a little bit. So I'm gonna go to Tools and Basic. I'm gonna raise a little bit the saturation and a little bit more of structure, because I like all the details, and that actually helps to get all the details out. So let's go to Tools back again, and we're gonna raise a little bit more the fade, so you can see now all the white turns into more of a gray tone. So that's gonna make it's gonna let any white element to look better over it.
We have a ton of questions, Joseph. You better talk fast.
All right, I'm going to do my best. We have some vignettes. Oh, by the way, somebody asked about vignettes. Yes, vignettes. So here are vignettes, and you can just raise the intensity.
You swipe left or right to raise,
yes.
And then you can also play there with the...
Also have some spread, and that's it. Let's tap the check mark. All right, questions.
So that's actually, someone's asking what is the best effect for a vintage effect. So for a vintage effect, you actually want to be an analog, I think.
Yeah, analog is definitely. So you go to analog, and besides, like we have here all the, there are many presets here that look kind of vintage. For example, this Duende thing, and also Prince could be. Also Outlast is pretty
vintage. Yeah.
Pretty vintage. Also Nebula. So, but if you wanna know like the tips, like to create also your own preset, you definitely want to use some fade. also raise the intensity and give it like a more yellowish tone. Also grain could help a little bit, all that grainish kind of look that has like the old cameras. And also light leaks, they're very common in vintage photography.
In cameras back in the day, they used to let light in on accident, and then it kind of became a cool look that now we're trying to recreate with smartphones.
Oh, you also have the borders, and you can also have like the kind of grunge, kind of old look. You can use them definitely. That's gonna help you make a very cool vintage effect. Okay.
Besides that, we have first of all, Scott, you're asking who runs the Facebook page. So I do. So if you have any questions or comments or tell me how much you love me, you can tell me now. What else do we have here? Someone was asking about changing the language of the app. So the app is set to the language that your phone is set to. Whatever you've done it in the settings, it can show here. So in order to change the language of the app, you have to change the language of the phone. So you go to settings, you'll go to language and region.
Or here in general. Language and region, and then you just need to change
it there. And also, you may want to check the preferred language order. Or is that here?
I don't know where that is.
No, go back to language and region.
Yes.
Go to
region
here.
format.
No, okay. So some phones have preferred language order, and then you might have to put the language you want higher above the other one. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Maybe the keyboard?
No. Anyway, that's how you do it. Try it. If it doesn't work, then let us know.
That's gonna change the language of the app. That definitely is gonna work.
Yeah.
So, okay. What else do we need? Okay. So I'm gonna show you now, in case you didn't saw the last tutorial, I'm gonna show you some cool elements that we have. So you go to artistic, and then you're gonna notice that we have a new feature called elements. So you go to elements. Yay! And we have the all these cool, very cool things, and we can change the color, add some shadows, and we can also transform them and do many crazy stuff. And if you long tap, you can reset the shape, and you have also outline shapes. You have many cool stuff. You can check it out. And
so that's one thing you can do.
Yes.
That we liked also.
Okay, so we're gonna show you something.
We were playing with this before, and we came up with something we think is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's kind of a discovery. It's a new thing. So you're gonna use this shape, and we're gonna make it smaller. And by the way, if you tap the plus, you're gonna get the same size of the shape, and that can be very handy sometimes. But now I want to change first the color. Let's change it to maybe something like just anything, whatever.
Someone's asking again about vignette, Jamie. So how do you get to vignette? There's two ways. You can go to filters duo, and then the first preset there is vignette, or you can go to analog tools tab and then go to vignette there, or you can just like rewind and watch this again, and you can see how we demoed it.
Many ways. Okay. Oh, actually, I tap check mark without wanting to do
Joseph.
that.
That's why there's undo.
Yeah, thanks to the undo. All right, we go back. I'm gonna show you what we discover. So you add this shape. For example, you put it here, and let's change the color to something like this maybe. And we're gonna start adding again the shape. And you can add it one more time. Not very accurate right now, but you can be accurate. And we can put it here. Be patient. I know it doesn't look good now, but it might look good.
Someone's asking how to change the background color. So one way you can color your photos is with Duo, right?
Yes.
If you change first of all, you can, if you have a white background, you go to Duo, and then you pick whichever color you want. You tap position. And then which blending mode is it? Multiply?
It could be multiply. It can be even neutral, so that it will be a solid color, and then you just wipe it out with the mask tool. you can just take it and you choose the colors you want. If you want one flat color, you just need to choose the two colors, make it the same color, and
Right,
you can
there's
also
color 1 and color 2. Maybe we'll show that in a little while because probably no one understood anything we just said. Right?
Yeah.
But if you're a user out there and you know how to change the background color, you should write a comment below and tell who asked that. Who was it? Who asked it? Do you remember what name I said? Tell Juan how you invert. Oh no, he wants to know how to invert colors. Anyway, if you know how to do it, you can write it below. If not, I'll write to you guys tomorrow and tell you exactly how to do it. Anyway, someone's asking how to invert colors.
Okay, I'm gonna show that. Just after
stop
this,
talking.
I'm gonna show you right now what I tried to do. So be ready. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. It's very cool. Okay,
Very
now
cool.
let's wipe it out. Wait a second. Wait a second. I think this is a very interesting
It
thing.
is cool.
And you can also play with the blending modes, the different stuff. Just let your
So Elements is a
imagination-
brand new feature. We're just learning how to use it even. We're just sort of getting into it ourselves. So you guys should definitely go and explore it and give us ideas for tutorials.
Yeah.
It's cool.
But I wanna add actually a frame for this specific tutorial. We're gonna show her how to change the color of the background. Okay.
Hatis was her name. Johnny helped me out and wrote here.
All right.
So to change the background color, you go to Image,
And Duo. This is
not Image, Filters, Duo, yeah.
yeah, exactly. Filter Duo, and then you tap Position, and let's say we want both to be this color. We want this color as a background, so we go to Blending, Normal, and then you clear, and then you start adding the color. Okay. Let's say I did it accurately and actually looks good. There's actually another way. If you already have a color background and you want to change the color, there's another way. You can go to Image, Adjust, and Tools, Color, Hue. Did I do that very fast?
It's fine.
Okay, you can do this slow mode. Anyway, you can just swipe to the right or to the left, and you can go to Mask and then wipe the effect from anything that you want to do, and then you can keep playing with the colors until you have the color you like. Okay, and if you do
Got it?
if you do it with zoom in, zoom out, and like precision, you can get it actually pretty accurate. But we're gonna go and do undo. Okay, and we're gonna add some finalize frame. Okay, so you can check all the cool frames we have here, and you can swipe right to the left, right or left, and you can adjust the size. And for this case, we're gonna use this one. We're gonna make it like here, because we're gonna mix the flowers with the frame, so to actually give it a final look of a thing going on between the frame and the flowers. Okay, so we're gonna go to Mask, and let's start erasing the frame from the flower. And you know, you don't have to actually erase it like to make it everything. You just pick something and some other stuff leave behind, some other stuff leave forward. Play with it until you get a very cool thing. All right.
Scott is giving us an idea. He's saying, why don't you take one of your Facebook pics and show us your interpretation? So I'm guessing he means one of our In Light This pictures. Is that what you mean, Scott? I'm not totally sure. Do you get it?
Maybe it's about our tutorials, or maybe from the Instagram.
Or maybe he wants us to take a picture of ourselves and use and put flowers on your head. Is that what you mean,
Is
Scott?
that
You
what you
want Joseph's head with the flowers on top?
I'm
We'll
good
wait
at
for his
interpreting. I like to interpret things. I think I'm good at it. So you see.
So he said yes, but I feel like I don't know what he said yes to.
Yes.
You mean the In Light This picture, I think.
We're sorry. We gave you too many
Yeah,
options.
we gave you too many options. I'm assuming you mean the In Light This picture, or do you mean the Joseph picture? Someone's also asking when In Light will support raw editing. So I don't know the answer to that question. I'll be honest, I don't know. But it's something people request. And something we are considering, we're working on. It's a little harder than it sounds, but we want to do it.
It's not impossible.
Okay, so happen. Scott answered me. He said the challenges we put on Facebook, like the one with the sand in the hand. Do you know what
like this.
Enlight this, yeah.
All right.
We can do something with Enlight this. Maybe we'll do that next week.
Yeah.
Actually, Joseph is going on vacation next week.
Oh, yeah.
He's leaving me for a very long time. If you're sad, you can put a sad face. Because we don't want Joseph to go on vacation, but someone else will be joining us. It'll be a guest star, a surprise guest.
Da-da-da-da.
So get excited. Someone with a lot of personality and very fun, and is also extremely creative. So you guys should get excited.
Don't worry, it's not going to be for that long.
I feel like it's a long time. First it was 1 week, then it was 2 weeks. Now I don't even know how long it is. Just kidding. He'll be back.
I'll be back, hopefully. Okay, so you can see we're pretty much done. We did it, and this is how it looks. You can see here how the effect goes along with the plant, and it blends in, and something cool happening there. And it's very easy to do it. So now let's tap the check mark, and we can share these with the world. Let's see, maybe this one or this. Which one do you like more?
Let me see. I think the other one.
This?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, this one I did more, with more patience.
Everyone asks where you're from, Joseph. No one cares where I'm from. And look, someone even already answered. It's not a secret anymore. Everyone knows. Someone answered.
Yeah,
Joseph is from Venezuela. Represent.
Representing Venezuela. Is there any Venezuelan?
Yeah, are there any
people there? I mean, if you're watching, you should. This is the moment to say it. I mean,
this is the moment to put the emoji flag of Venezuela.
Yeah. We could get actually pretty emotional on this moment if you
a real bonding experience.
Yes. Okay, let's share it.
Let's share it.
Okay, tap the share menu.
I think you can share it today.
I'm gonna share it.
Yeah, I think you can share it today.
All right. And let's keep the original ratio, and let's tap check next.
Now people are asking where I'm from.
Oh, so where are you from?
Do you want to guess where I'm from? It's actually not, I'm from New York. It's not as exciting as where Joseph's from.
Actually,
a lot of people are from New York.
I'd like to go to New York one day. Hopefully.
Lewis is asking how we made the leaves overlap the frame. So the way you do that, you just, when you apply the mixer tool, you'll see there's Tools tab in the bottom right, and then you just tap the Tools tab, and then you tap Wipe to wipe it out, or is it Erase?
I'm going to go back to it just in a second.
We'll do a demo for you.
So check out how to do these crazy flower head. I'm not so good at it, okay? So please, this is my first time doing a caption. It's crazy. Flower head effect.
Just go with it. Whatever you come out with. As long as there are no curse words, I think it's okay.
I love the exclamation sign. It always helps. Or maybe I just write one, and maybe I should hashtag something or what?
Enlight. I mean, it's always a good idea.
Yeah, Enlight.
Enlight. You know the name of the app. I hope that's what you guys do too. When you upload your stuff to Instagram, you better be tagging hashtag Enlight and hashtag Enlight app. Every week, me and Joseph sit down together and we go through all the hashtag Enlight apps and hashtag Enlight, and we pick our favorite photos to feature on our Instagram. So if you haven't been doing that and you're wondering why you aren't featured on our Instagram because your photo is really good, that's the reason. So
that is the reason.
Don't forget the hashtag too.
The hashtag.
Yeah, tag and hashtag. Just do everything.
All right. Maybe I could also hashtag flower.
You could. But you can just go back up and then do it. Joseph is not new to Instagram, despite how it looks.
Out of
this world. Now it really looks.
It is out of this world, actually. I did that on purpose.
People are asking for Enlight for Mac. That's something right now we're focusing on mobile. and mobile apps. But it's something, well, not a bad idea. An idea we're toying with at the moment.
It's in the air,
It's in
floating
the air, yeah.
like an idea.
Floating between the...
All right, I'm nervous. Should I share it? I mean, I want to share it, but I don't know.
Let me just spell check really quick. Yeah, flower head effect. Go.
All right.
Go.
Here we go. Share it. Yeah. Look at that. Looks good.
Show them our feed if you're already there. So these are our latest photos. If you guys haven't seen our feed for a while, we have some really cool things. Everything was done by Light. Most of them were done by our users. We also just add in our tutorial images. But besides that, everything is our users. So you should take a look if you need inspiration.
So I want to say something, okay? If you want to be featured, if you're doing something very cool and you want us to get our attention, please take care of the resolution, okay? Don't let your picture be pixelated, because we hate it. I mean, there are some very, very cool things that we see out there, and sometimes it's just pixelated.
We look at it and it's pixelated, and there's little dots around every detail, and we can't put something like that up. So it makes us very angry because we want to put it up, and then but the resolution is so low. But it's such a good idea. Sometimes we have arguments about it.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Okay, so let's talk about. Someone is asking tips. What else do we have here? Okay, well, in the meantime, how do you overlap? Right. I knew there was something I was looking for. Thank you, Lois, for reminding me. So if you wanna, you go into the mixer tool to overlap two photos or to blend two images. You'll go to Tools Mixer. You add your photo on top. You can add the flower pot again, and then you'll see.
And then
Tools tab. Then you go to Tools tab, and you do erase.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get rid of the background, or if you want to play also with the blending modes, that's the way you overlap things, and then you can keep moving it. And by the way, small tip. So if you're like, let's say you're erasing, wait a second, let's go back to normal, and let's say you're erasing, right? And then you say, okay, I like erasing, but I like to move it. I like to move my picture again. How do I do that? I mean, because if I tap on the screen, I'm gonna keep erasing. So one way is that you tap again on the erase.
So you deselect it, and then you'll see the little blue line around your top photo, and you'll see it's been reselected. And that's how you do it. So if you're like trying to move it around and you're not doing anything except erasing, all you need to do is go to erase or add, depending on what you're on, deselect that tool, and then you'll see that your photo has been reselected on the top.
Yes.
So that's how.
That's it. Also, they ask about the overlapping image. No, what? There was a question. That was a question.
That was the question
all right.
that we just answered.
Yeah.
Besides that, I want to ask you guys to do one more thing. If you thought that this was a cool tutorial, you should let us know. And how can you do that? You should tag your friends and let them know that you think that this would be a cool tutorial, because we want to know how many people are actually interested in this tutorial, and we're not really sure how we measure that. So it'll really help us out. I'll do it, for example, right here. I'm gonna, Joseph, you can show what happens. I have a computer right here.
Okay.
And I am gonna tag my friend Alana. Hi, Alana. And I really like this tutorial, and I think you would too.
Let's see.
So it's up there. I tag my friend, and let's see. Do you guys see it up there? It should be a comment. Nope.
Nope.
I see it here. Say faster than you on my iPad. Anyway, that's how you do it. Just tag underneath, tag your friends, tag anyone you think would be interested in the app, anyone you think could make something cool out of the tutorial, anyone you think is creative, anyone with an iPhone, anyone from Venezuela.
Anyone from Venezuela, yes, please let us know.
And that's really it. So thank you for watching us. If you liked it, like us also. And if you have ideas for tutorials, let us know.
Thank you very much for watching. Yes, and wait you next week.
Yep, see you next week.